difficulties with our normal streaming service. So I just wanted to just jump on here and let you guys know that uh, BC and Jimmy was going to be on with me tonight, but because we having our difficulties or whatever, I can't push the stream out to those guys. I apologize in advance if I can't read your comments. I don't go live on through here through my phone very often, so this is very uncomfortable for me. But anyway, Matt Short, I see your comments, Matt Short. So thanks for jumping in. You get the first YouTube shout out, Matt Short. Go Short Dog. You know what I mean. Can't wait to basketball season. Absolutely. Well, it's coming. Friday afternoon, Friday night. We'll be having we'll be doing it. So anyway, I just wanted to just come on because I have to come on and I have to do something. I have to be consistent, even though we having issues. Go, because I just saw Vandy Chris. Vandy Chris in another page. Yeah, he has a show too as well too that he does. I wish I had the name off the top of my head. When I was in high school, they called me Short Dog. I'm pretty sure they did, but you know how we started calling you that name, Matt. But anyway, what's going on, guys, out there in the world? We are looking forward to to basketball Friday night against Purdue when they come into town. That's going to be extremely exciting for that to happen. I think right now everything. So it is after 1 a.m. here, so I haven't even checked to see if anything new has happened with Coach Stoops or any other coaches out there. Usually people will actually hit me up and let me know if something changes the status or something breaking. I haven't gotten anything, so I have to assume that Coach Stoops is still the coach of Kentucky. I don't think he's brought out just yet, and I definitely don't. I definitely know he didn't step down. But it was a video a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, whatever it was, about the reality of Kentucky football being 3-9 for the year, and I think that's where we at right now, and as hard as it is for us to accept, um, it is sort of what it is, and for me, and I know for a lot of other people, once they actually, let me make sure this actually looks okay, because I don't know how this looks. So, my apologies for having to do this. Please bear with me. So I gotta make sure that the screen is okay. Okay, so I know that this is. Let me just see how it looks, because I don't know how. Oh well, that's not gonna show me how. I got to get out of here. Um, but we're all looking forward to Friday night. That's going to be a fun time, and I'm so glad that it's on a Friday night for me because I don't have to be at work on Saturday. So that means that I can actually watch the whole ball game, and we will have a post game show. I will be here for the post game show, and we're just looking forward to all of that. But I think, and here's the thing, and of course, the good news that we got. I know we got to talk about football because football is it's a disaster right now, and that's not me being negative. That's not me putting down the football team. That's not me doing anything like that. But I think you got to call a spade a spade. The football program is in shambles right now, and it doesn't look like that it's going to get better anytime soon, unless what people feel the obvious is get rid of our coaches, some of our coaches, particularly the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and maybe the AD. But you know, everybody has their own thoughts on that, and that's what makes this thing so special. Is everyone's entitled to their opinions and their feels, especially those who are putting, or in the better terms, ponying up money for games, for souvenirs or whatever, food, season tickets, parking, all this kind of stuff, tailgating. They're putting up money for this. So those guys, especially those guys, have the right to speak the loudest in what's going on. I'm not saying that if you're a fan who's not able to go to ball games or can't afford it, that you can't have a voice too as well, because you love your Kentucky team and you want your Kentucky team to be at its best. And when it's not, then we know that there's issues and that there's problems. So that's the kind of things that we are trying to work on. Hey, James Burnett, don't worry about it. I'm late too. We're having issues. We have an issue with my normal streaming service. So we in one game in the SEC. I wish we could do Travis Good. Let me make sure that I give some shout outs tonight so I don't miss anybody. Okay, so I'm not really used to so the comments are popping up on the screen, but then they're going off. So sometimes I don't have enough time to see who's in here and to see. So I'm not usually I like to make sure that I recognize people as they come in the room or they make a comment or whatever. But unfortunately, the way I'm using my phone right now, so it's definitely not the best system in the world. But we got to see where the football program goes at, and we got to see what's going on with the coach. Is it going to be is it that time? Because it looks like it just looks like that it's a reality that Kentucky football is just kind of what it is this year. And Moonshine Mafia, good to see you. So if James Burnett, Travis Gooden, I see you. AFO, I see you too as well. I'm not on my normal broadcast, like I said, if you're just joining. So when it pops up, it goes right back off the screen. So I only have a very short amount of time to recognize you when you come in the room. So no disrespect or nothing like that. I know I like to interact with everybody that's going on. So I need to see how this looks, man. So sorry about this, guys. I'm just gonna make sure that it looks. I gotta see how this looks. I don't want to, but okay, that looks very odd seeing myself that big. But so what's going on, guys? Are we ready for some college basketball to come to Lexington on Friday night? This is going to be so much fun, and because I don't think we will. Travis Kopic Blue. Hey, hope we can at least. I don't. Yeah, I think I agree with James. I don't know. I mean, Vandy's playing for they're playing for a playoff spot. So Louisville beat Miami this past weekend, and everybody thought Miami was going to just run through the ACC. Now that ain't the case. Now it depends on what Louisville does rest of the year and what Miami does. You still wonder if Miami can still win the ACC or not. Especially if it comes down to a tiebreaker, then of course Miami's going to win. Louisville would win that, and Louisville will win the ACC. I don't think the ACC is strong enough this year for even if Louisville wins the ACC. I don't think it's strong enough for Louisville to even get to go to the playoffs. Because I think they got like 2 losses already, so they're not going to the playoffs. But nonetheless, they had a big game that they won, and we could have won 2 this weekend. I want to hear more about you guys' thoughts about was it the right? Because I watched the ending of it. Like I said, if you watched the other night when I went live, but I want to know was that the right play calling? Was it the wrong? Should he have passed it? Because I didn't really get a chance to really see. I only saw 2 downs, the third and the fourth down. The 2, of course, the times we didn't get it. So I don't know what we did before that. I just, like, my heart just wouldn't let me go back. As you guys know, I'm an emotional brother. So I just couldn't go back, especially knowing that the game already, the way it ended. I didn't even watch Texas kick the field goal. Why? Like, it just break my heart even more. So I didn't even go back and watch the parts that I missed. But I know just seeing online and seeing people talk. Wildcat Mania, how you doing? Good to see you. Yep, go Big Blue, go Cats. I don't think we. I don't think. I don't know if we should have threw the ball on first and second. I don't really know. I don't know. But evidently, because when you go in overtime, you don't start. If I'm correct, you don't start that deep into it. So we moved the ball down to the goal line. We just couldn't punch it in. And I think that's a tragedy when you're that close to beating a team like Texas. Even though Texas wasn't ranked, you still want to win that ball game at home against Texas. That's still a signature win for the players and for the coaches, and we couldn't take advantage of that. And it seems from my knowledge, that the play calling didn't say we want to win that ball game. Let's just be conservative and let's just run the ball and let's see if we can get it. Now we completely dominated the scoreboard. I mean, as far as like the stats, Kentucky ran away with the stats all night long, but we didn't win the ball game. And I think that's the tragedy part of it, is that we put in all that hard we put out all that hard work that night, and we still wasn't able to come out with the W. That's the part that hurts so many people, is that we wasn't able to get it done. And I can actually, so if I actually just do this, then I can probably see some of the let me see. I just realized this. So I can still see the chats over here. Why did they run through the middle for? And that's the part that I just don't understand. And then I understand that that McGowan has been playing. He's I don't even know. I think that's who ran it up the middle. But it's like, then you dive from like the 3-yard line and you try to get over the goal line, a 2-yard line. Come on, man. You're playing a defense like Texas. You're not going to just run up to the line and just dive, just jump. Man, those dudes, they already know what's going on. Those guys are going to smack you in the face the first chance that they actually get. So that's the part that I don't really understand. KSR. So I'm looking on my phone, and so if I'm looking down, I got my computer open on YouTube, so I can actually see the comments. So if I'm back and forth with my eyes, it's because I can actually see the comments, and I can be and I can maybe respond a little bit more. I really wish BC was on here with me. I don't know how to add anybody on when I just do a YouTube live, because that's not what I use. But yeah, that's way too bright for my glasses. But let's see. Well, it's not the players; it's the calls from coaching players are playing. Yeah, James, I agree with you. It looks like when you go back and you look at the stats, you can tell that the players on this day, they left it all on the field. The coaches seem like that they didn't believe in the guys to get creative with the play calling. And yes, it's Texas. And yes, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, then that means I'm going to get creative. I'm going to pull out a play that I'm going to go to the water boy. I'm going to go to one of those playbook plays just to try to do something else besides running up the middle. So I think the coaches didn't believe in the players enough to try something different. The O-line, it's just a painful loss, and I think that's just, as they say, that is, as people would say, that is just so Kentucky, and that's exactly what happened. So you should have ran outside, should have done. Hey Jesse, I see you. Thank you for joining in today. Let's see, did I miss anybody? I didn't miss anybody. I see Jesse coming in the room right now. But Texas was big in the middle. Texas is big in the middle, and that's what I'm saying. I said that, like, as soon as we went for it on 4th down, I was able to watch that play. As soon as we went for it on 4th down, and the fashion that we did that on, I was like, dude, who you think you playing, man? Eastern Kentucky? Dude, you playing even though Texas is not ranked, Texas is still a top defense in the nation. How you gonna just go up the middle like that on all them plays? It just didn't make sense. And you guys know I never call for the firing of any coaches. That's just not what I do. I let other people make those decisions. Everybody has their opinions about who should be there, who shouldn't. But if it's it didn't look good. And even for someone who's trying his best to be as positive or not be so negative or not call for people to get fired, like, how does that help me how does that help me not to just be like, hey, dude, like, you messed up, and these calls are consistent regularly with not just going out and really, and I applaud him, I guess. So my thing is this: if you're a coach, do you go for it on 4th down if you was a coach, or would you actually kick a field goal and put the pressure back on Texas to at least score a field goal to tie it up, and make them score a touchdown if they had to? And then even if we would have got a field goal and they got the ball back, anything can happen on if they're going for a field goal too, because they can't score a touchdown. The ball can be over snapped. Anything, the ball can fall. The ball can go left or right. Anything can happen. Me as a coach, I'm thinking that I'm putting the ball. But then again, it looks like our kicker had some issues that night. I know going into halftime, we missed out on a chance to get 3 points. We didn't get it. So when I had a chance to refresh my phone right before halftime, I saw where we was at. I saw we was able to get a chance to hopefully kick a field goal. And then at halftime, I saw that we missed the field goal. So there's a lot of missed opportunities out there that Kentucky left points on the board. And if Kentucky wants to be competitive at any level, we got to take advantage of all these opportunities to score points, and we didn't do that. And that's why the fan base is so upset. It's so upset that things are turning out the way that they are. And it looks like it's just another disaster year of not going to a bowl. Because I'm just going to just put that out there. We already know that ain't no big secret. We're not going to the bowl, and we might not only win but one more game all year long. And Tennessee's not going to be a team that's want to win, that's going to want to lose to Kentucky. Vandy's got playoff hopes that they definitely not going to come and let Kentucky come in their house and beat them like that. You know, do we have the players to win some of these games? We showed that we have the players against Texas that we can win, that if we play like this with the support of a better coaching staff or with a better calling of the game, there's no telling what could happen. But right now, there's no faith in a many, if you do a poll of the fan base in football, people's probably going to say at best, the only thing that we're going to do this year is 3 games. And that's the best we could do. Tennessee Tech will. And see, that's the thing that you can't even put a guaranteed win on Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech is blowing people out this year. Thank Jesse for that. I seen your comment down here, so thank you so much. Tennessee Tech is playing really good football right now, so it's no guarantee that that even Kentucky's going to beat those guys, even though we're at home. It's at this point, these are the kind of games that players check out on. These are the kind of games that player says, well, whatever, man, it is what it is, and I got my NIL, I got my money, so let's just ride this season out and let me just move on. So. And there's no telling how many people sitting on the sideline saying, man, as soon as this season's over, as soon as this first transfer portal thing opens, I'm out of here. I'm out of Kentucky. So what's going to happen is we got to rebuild all next year, too, as well. We're going to lose a lot of players, and then we got to go get a lot of players to come in here as well, too. So, maybe it's just time for a mass exodus of a lot of people, coaches, players, whoever. It's going to happen. But it's just like we just really, as Kentucky fans, I try not to get too high. I try not to get too low. I try to stay right there in the middle, and I hope for the best. And when my heart is broken, I don't allow myself to get down. Now, the flip part about it is you can kind of swallow, you can kind of accept that football loses. That's part of the football culture, unfortunately. And I hate to say that. And that's not me being negative, but the numbers don't lie. But I do get sick to my stomach when Kentucky basketball loses. And we're going to flip this over to basketball because we are 4 days away from Purdue coming to town. And you know what? First of all, I'm so glad that Jalen Lowe is not seriously hurt. I know they say he's going to be out to 1 to 3 weeks or whatever. Jalen Lowe's not playing against Purdue, of course. He's not playing against Georgetown. He's not playing. I wouldn't play him no more until maybe Louisville. And that's just me. I'm glad basketball starts. Yes, I am too. The right coach in Harden keeps the core and builds around it. Absolutely, Moonshine. I agree with you. Absolutely. But you gotta get a new coach in there as sooner than possible so he can start building that. If you all the coaches that's out there on that has gotten fired already. Those guys that they're not going to be out. They're not going to be free guys, or they're not going to be not coaching for long. So the longer that we wait, of course, I do, and you guys can tell me if you disagree with this or not. But I think that I think that Mark Stoops will be there for the rest of the year. I don't see him leaving mid-year like a lot of the other coaches. Maybe not. I mean, unless somebody knows got some inside scoop that I don't know about, which is very easy to do because I don't know anybody when it comes to connections or anything like that. But um, I would have to assume that Coach Stoops is going to be there for the rest of the year, and then maybe changes will be made after that. But good luck to the football team this weekend against Tennessee. We'll be watching, maybe with not so high expectations, but still deep in the back of our hearts, we still want to see Kentucky beat Tennessee. That would be a real solid win if we can get that done as well. Even today told everyone Jalen Lowe is doing great. He's doing great while in Wildcat Mania, but he ain't playing. I mean, would you guys? I mean, there's no way he plays against. I mean, I know he needs like a week or 3 weeks out or whatever, but there's no way. There's no way Coach Polk puts him in against Purdue. There's nothing to accomplish by putting him in. Will it be able to see maybe how he interacts with the team against another powerhouse team, the number one team in the nation? Yeah, you can see stuff like that, but at the end of the day, at the scope of it, it's just. I mean, I don't know which one is more. I don't want to use the word useless because he got hurt in the blue and white game, which is a practice scrimmage. Now we got to play Purdue. That game, I mean, we was physical in a sense in the blue and white game, but this Purdue game, when the ball tips off, come on, man, that's gonna be straight up nothing less than physical. Both teams, Purdue wants to show the nation why they're number one, even with their starters. Even with their starters, they want to show the nation why they're number one. Kentucky has something to maybe prove. And this game is going to be hard fought. You don't think Ortega's going to go hard? You don't think Modique going to go hard? You don't think Garrison's going to go? Come on, man. This game is about to be really good. But I wouldn't play Jalen Lowe. I just wouldn't. You don't play Lowe until the bullets are real. Let him get some numbers. I like that blue shot against Valpro to get the rust off and then start against Louisville. And I would do that too as well too. I definitely, and I can understand that Valpro to knock off the dust, get him on the floor, see how he interacts with the players in a real time, in a real game situation. So I can understand that too as well. But other than that, nah, he's not. I mean, he's hey man, go ahead and settle down. We good. Nothing's on the line here. And if we can't win those 4 games without you, then we got bigger problems anyhow. Not the the 2 games that actually count. If we can't win those games without you, because I mean I look for our starters to play. The question is, how much time does the starters play against Purdue? Do they play the whole first half and then set out, maybe start the second half and then set out the rest of the second half, maybe 3 or 4 minutes in the second half and set out? Or is that a time for Coach Pope, especially in the second half, is that a time for Coach Pope that he can take it and he can start really in the second half, maybe in the halfway through the first half, or at least the second half, take guys and start looking at rotation, start looking who plays good together in a real game situation. So I mean, it's a lot that we can accomplish from it, but we accomplish nothing from seeing Jalen Lowe playing this ball game. I'm away from college football now. I'm still Major League Baseball and pro football to Kentucky basketball. I got you. Well, my Cowboys won yesterday, so I'm all right with that too as well. So thank you, Todd Bowling. I hope I said your name right. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here with us. If you're just joining us, things are different for me right now because I don't have my regular streaming service that we usually use, which is strange, it just feels strange. But I don't have my regular streaming service, so if you see me looking down, if you're new here or whatever, it's because I'm trying to look. I can look on my computer and I can see comments, so I can make sure that I know who's commenting or who comes into the room, so I can give a shout out. Make no mistake, Big Mike, Pope and players won't win every game. So let's ask the question, and let's be real out there, okay, Kentucky fans. if Kentucky has more, I can't say if Kentucky wins the game, but I have to use the phrase. See, you got to use your words as best as you can. We don't, we're not going to win or lose the ball game. So I want to say if Kentucky does not have more points on the board than Purdue does when the game is over, how does BBN react to that? Because we already know if we have more points on the board when the game is over, we're up, we're hyped, we're doing this. But let's just say that we don't have as many points on the board when the horn goes off and Purdue has it. Like I think Nebraska beat BYU by I think it was 90-89, and Nebraska fans, they are we was able to get more points, but BYU fans is like, man, it don't matter. But it flips. It always the narrative would flip depending on how it fits for you. So if we don't have as many points on the board when the scrimmage is over, does BBN say, well, I don't know, maybe we're not as good as we hope we are, or it's just a scrimmage that don't mean anything anyway. So for me, I look forward to that. I want UK to have more points on the board, but I look to see how the fan base responds to something like that. I just want to keep everyone injury free. Chris Episode, thank you so much. I do too. For me, that's the biggest part. Is just keeping everybody healthy. And when you play a game like this, sometimes you don't really know what it is you're going to get. But at the end of the day, you just want to come out healthy. Even in the blue and white game, we had guys who fell down on the floor too hard, and I get it. It's something different about being protective of your college basketball team, especially here at Kentucky. Then if they fall on the floor too hard, and we know that it's a physical game, and we got to bring it every single night. And we have especially when we get in SEC play, it's a gauntlet, and it's going to be even harder. So people are going to get hit every night. But every time you see a Kentucky player go down on the floor, even if it's just for a second, we hold our breath like it's our last breath. Like, save it. Like, please just get up and walk away and run back down the court. So we hold on to every single thing that we see because it means so much to us. And I think if the football team was playing better, we would be all locked into that too as well. But unfortunately, the football team, the season sort of is what it is at this point, and we just gotta see if they can just hold on and maybe get one more. I say Tennessee Tech. Hopefully we'll beat those guys. We should beat those guys, but it's no guarantee. But let's see if we can get at least one SEC win this year before the season's out. So I'm not really sure. No, I Wildcat Mania. I definitely know Coach Pope is not playing his starters the whole ball game. I mean, it might be. I think this is a chance to get Potter, Jasper Johnson, Marino, get Trent some playing time or more playing time. Get Collins out there. I mean, Hartthorne, you can get him out there too. So I think this is going to be an opportunity for Coach Pope to get some minutes for some of these guys. Now, are they going to see some minutes in the year? I think they're going to see some minutes in the year. But as far as the starters are not going to play a lot because Purdue starters are not going to play a whole lot at all too. So you expect that. So you expect that out of this type of game. So what I'm looking forward to is seeing what do we get out of our bench. And when I say bench, I mean those players who I just mentioned. Are these guys going to be ready? Are these guys going to be up for it? And if they are, then I think that's what makes a big difference in this ball game. Is can Kentucky come out here and let's just see how pieces gel. And I know it's a scrimmage, and I know it's the first one, but we're looking. That's the difference between a Kentucky fan and most fan bases in the nation. When we watch basketball, we look at everything because we want to see and we want to dissect everything that's going on with our program because we're that invested into the program being great.
are remaining great, because Kentucky's great anyway in my eyes. Let's just call it what it is. So, Brian Prather, thank you for joining. I see you. Chris Everso, Kentucky Rick, what's going on, man? Good. Let's see. Kentucky Rick said something, and I don't know how. I can't put it up. My phone. So anybody that's looking at the chat right now, if you look at Kentucky Rick, um, if you look at him, he does all women sports, and he's really big on the Kentucky women's team as well too, and he does WNBA, I think it is. But make sure that if you're interested, just hook up with Rick, man. And Rick, he is, man. When I tell you, he is on point with the women's team basketball. He is solid with it. So Rick, it's good to see you, man. And yes, your season starts November the 3rd, which is a really special day for me. So I just leave that at that. That's a special day. Get our second string in, the first in, our starting five. Um, so it's going to be interesting just to see how this all unfolds on Friday night. I'm just so glad there will be a post game show. I will be right here in my seat. I hope that I have my regular streaming service, so I can be joined by my co-host and all that kind of stuff, because it's much better. It'll be great again. Women gonna be good this year, James. Absolutely. I can't wait to see them. I think the thing that everybody really wants to see is how good is our point guard this year. Do we have a solid point guard now? Georgia Moore, she's hard to replace. I don't care for any team. Even if she was on UConn, I think she would still be, or South Carolina, I think she would still be hard to replace. She brought so much to the table, and she saved us quite a few times last year. So I just want to see what we do this year with the point guard position, and how good we are moving the ball and getting the ball up and down the court. So that's definitely going to be very interesting to see. Um, but basketball season is here, and I think a lot of people have checked out of football, and just because of how the season's going, people are just sitting on the end of their seats and just waiting for tip off. Dave, Kentucky fan, thank you so much for joining. I see you in the house. Thank you. I didn't see you at first, but I see you now. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. But yeah, I just think this year is going to be fun. We still got to sit back and watch things unfold. I think it's all about waiting. Let's just see how. For me, I'm gonna take it one game at a time. And even though Purdue is a glorified scrimmage, I still want to see how. For me, I just want to see how we come out. Are we gonna come out flat? Does Coach Pope? Sorry about that. Oh, we the sleep is the non-sleep is getting to me now a little bit with the girls coach. I see UK women hanging up a banner for the women. Eventually, we're gonna get a banner for the women. I mean, you still gonna have the UConns and the Texases and the South Carolinas and the Tennessees and all those teams out there that's still good too. But I think with the culture that the Coach Brooks is building, I think we're going to end up being available. We're going to be able to, as long as we keep building one year after another, and we're tall too. Like, we're tall, and people's going to have to account for our height. So I just think that I hope that the women's team is ready to go out here and represent for Kentucky. And I don't feel like that. I don't see Coach Brooks letting them not do that. So I think it could be a special year with the Cats this year. Let's see if they can find a way to get a double bye again in the SEC tournament. And I think that's still a sign of these guys moving in the right direction in the program. So I think it's going to be really, really good. That's for sure. No, we will find out where we are. We don't have two important players. All the per-season scrimmages have been a little sloppy and full of nerve. It's all about finding out where you are. I agree with you, Brian. So this is going to be good. Now, here's the of course as we just discussed this. We're not going to see big minutes out of our starters. So every little minute that they're on the floor, or I should say every little second that they're on the floor, then we're all going to just be like, yes, let's see what these guys have to offer. And then, so let's take a let's take a small poll. Who's the first guy or first two guys off the bench in the scrimmage? Call it. Who do you guys think is going to be the first two guys off the bench? Same with women coaches as well. Yeah. I want James Burnett says, usually if I was on my other system, I would be able to throw you guys' comments up on the screen, and because you guys deserve that. But James says, I want to see how Coach Pope subs and runs the teams and all the players he has. Which brings me to the question of, somebody said Jelly. Mike Stoops fired him. Mike Stoops fired him. Hope so. And new UK coach football. We're gonna see if they're coming out. So here's some names coming through. Trent Noah and Jelly off the bench first. Ooh, really? Malachi, the player we got out of Ohio, Potter. Do you think these guys are going to be the first ones off the bench? You think Trent and Jelly's going to be the first one off the bench? That's interesting. So, okay, because here's the thing. Because now that I had a relapse for a second, I realized that Lowe is not playing. So with Lowe not playing, that's going to move most likely. Aberdeen is going to start. First of all, who's going to start? I mean, I guess we can start talking about that now because we're 4 days away. Is 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐧𝐜𝐤𝐿ovve is going to start? Lowe is going to start if he was healthy. He's not healthy, so we know he's not starting. We know that Brandon Garrison is going to start. We know that Modi is going to start. We got 3 starters. Aberdeen's going to start. Hold on. 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐧𝐜𝐤𝐿ovve, Modi, Aberdeen, Jasper point guards. You with Lowe hurt, Jasper, Owe, Denzel, Modi, and BG probably. You think Jasper's gonna? That's Aberdeen. Okay. Well, I mean, because even for not reading too much into it, but even for the blue and white game, unless I'm wrong and I'm missing something, didn't Jasper start for the point guard for the blue team? I think it was. I think he was on the blue team, blue or white team. I think he's on the blue team. With Lowe not playing, I think Jasper would take his spot. So that means. So you mean to tell me that Cam Williams won't be the first off the bench? That means he's going that means that if Cam Williams doesn't be one of the first guys off the bench and people think Trent or Jelly is, then that moves Cam Williams down to the 8th spot. That's crazy, dude, to think a player like that could be the 8th player off the bench. I mean, the 3rd player off the bench. Dude, this is a good problem to have. Now you want to look at being deep. This right here, one thing that we talk about a whole lot is how deep are we? Are we a deep team? Now we get to really see, and it's crazy just by one piece going down, just by one piece, which is a very important piece of the puzzle, going down and not able to play for precautions more than anything, because it seems like he's healthy. Just need to rehab and just make sure he's good to go. But just one player goes down, it tends to shake things up a little bit. It does, and we need to see how this all goes. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to be able to see it. Jimmy England, thank you so much. I think it doesn't matter with the starters. Our second team is legit. Yeah, Jimmy, how you doing? So Jimmy, I had to use my phone for YouTube, and that's why UNBC wasn't on. Think it doesn't. I don't think it matters who starts, but let's be real. We still want to see who our starters is, because we've been talking about this for the past 3 months now, and we just want to see outside of Jalen Lowe. I just think people want to see who's going to be the first ones to walk out on the floor. And with Lowe being hurt, I guess you do have to. But for me, isn't Jasper more of a shooting guard more than a point guard? I don't know. Somebody please tell me that. Always, the way Jasper shoots the ball, Because I mean, if you're a point guard, aren't you more of a distributor first, getting people involved? And with Jasper being a shooter like he is, that's interesting to see him starting. And then you have Aberdeen as the two, have Owe as a three, and all of that. So this is Chandler can play point. Here's the thing though. But will Chandler start though? He's I mean, and here's the $1 million question, guys. I sat here and I asked the question: who's the first guys off the bench? Is there any? Give me your percentages. Is there any way possible that Coach platoons the next 5 in after that? Or does he send in stragglers, one or two here, maybe 3 max? Or would Coach Pope actually send in a whole fresh 5? And if so, are we playing? First of all, do we press full court in this ball game? I mean, do we go all ball? Do we just go out and press this ball game, or do we play conservative or whatever? But does he go? Is there any possible way that Coach Pope puts 5 in and 5 out? People say ain't no way he's gonna do that. Ain't no way. But that would be interesting. That would be, if we see that, it's gonna be like, he's really gonna do it. So this is finding out things that Coach Pope is going to be doing. Finding out what Coach Pope is going to be doing in this game is going to be very interesting to see how this all unfolds. Mike, definitely ready for basketball. Paul Hicks, thank you for joining. I see you. Thank you so much. Big shout out to you. Larry, I got you with a shout out too as well. So yes, I know Jasper is shooting guard. Aberdeen would be. Oh, okay. Well, it was just because of Jalen Lowe. So I guess because I was reading up here and someone said now that Jalen Lowe is out, that you would actually put Jasper in his spot. So I read that as being that Jasper was going to come in as the point guard to remove it. But I forgot that you can move Aberdeen over to that position, throw Jasper Johnson in at the 2, and let's ball. I just lost my everything, guys. How many people out there know that sometimes when you get excited about Kentucky basketball, sometimes you just want your body to shake. You just want it to get excited because you're ready for basketball season and you're ready to see these guys get out on the floor. I doubt we press until we play Louisville. Got to keep that in our pocket for those folks to be surprised by. True. I don't think that was from Moonshine Mafia. I doubt we press until we play Louisville. Brian says, I don't think he'll do that. Purdue is a very talented, deep team. True. Wildcat Mania says, we have to press this game. You see how many different thoughts and so many different opinions that we have. And that's what makes this what makes it so good. And it's just, I love it, man, because it's like, I mean, you're not good. It's just as good. I appreciate you guys more than you know. We have to press this game. Chris Everso, well, if he does, we can. We have plenty of fouls. We have plenty of fouls. I agree with you. Never a platoon. It killed us in 2015. All players have to play together and not be separated. They need to know all players' tendencies as being. Yeah, I agree with you on that. That's a very smart. That's a very smart comment, and I agree with that. That's why if we see the platoon, that's why people are going to be like, so he actually did the platoon system. Okay, we didn't expect it, and I think that's kind of what I was going to lean into, Jimmy, is that, if he does it, so I look for Pope to do, 2 men out, 3 men out, whatever. But as far as doing the full platoon, I don't think that, because I do think it's very, very important, as Jimmy just said, is that every single player needs to know how to play with each other. And I think that's vital in somebody going down, it's so many different scenarios of where I may need to play with you. And it depends on the other team that we're playing. Then because of that scenario, we might have to go completely small. We might have to go completely big. You never know really how this is going to turn out. So the more that you can experience, the more that you can play with each other in a real game time situation, I think it makes it better for everybody. But, we haven't talked about, I haven't seen anybody mention Cam Williams. I mean, how does Cam Williams continue to fly under the radar? Even with the BBN, how does he fly under the radar so much? I mean, don't we see how big he is? Don't we see what he's capable of doing? It's like it's the Jelly, the Trents, the Johnsons, the Collins. It's kind of like where's Cam Williams at in all of this, and where's Marino in all of it? Marino's going to be protecting that rim for us. We know he's going to see some minutes in this ball game because Coach Pope wants to see what he's capable of playing at the next level. I mean, we know that Trent's going to step up in this sophomore year. We know Collins is going to step up in this sophomore year, but we need to see what these freshmen are going to do too. And I'm even curious to see what Hawthorne is going to do. These are the kind of things that we don't really talk about often because we have so much other stuff on the front end that sometimes on the back end those guys get left out to the side because we know how much power and how much experience and how many games they have under their belts up on the front side of it. So I do look forward to see how our starters play together. I want to see us run them. I want to see if we can get up and down the court. But I look forward to seeing what our other guys can do to win this ball game. I think that's so key in the success of this team is just making sure that these guys that we see what they're capable of. And Mark Pope is really excited. I mean, for me, I look forward to seeing what Potter can do. Potter's already had the experience of playing college basketball. Can he bring that same intensity that he had at Ohio over to Kentucky, and can he help protect it? He can still shoot the basketball too as well, but I hope everybody understands their role and everybody learns to perfect that, and it all comes together, and it all comes full circle that helps Kentucky win. We can't play selfish basketball. We can't play our basketball. This is team. If we all are brought in to win games, then let's see how this all gels together. And I still look for it to be some things that we need to work on after I'm not looking for us to come out in the Purdue game and be perfect in every aspect. That's selfish. That's something that's just not going to happen. So we got to see how that all unfolds and see if we can work this thing out for the better. We need to stop Braden Smith. Braden Smith. He's going to be unless he has a bad year, you can go ahead and pencil him in for All-American. He's that good. But the thing is, how long is he going to play? If you know that you got one of the top AP players in college basketball, how long do you play him in a scrimmage? Get him a couple of minutes. You healthy? Get on off the floor. It doesn't matter what the score is. If we walk out of here healthy, then we win. And if both teams walk out healthy, then both teams win. It doesn't really matter what the score is. It just matters that everybody walked off the floor healthy. And for me, that goes a long way for sure. Jimmy Cam would play. He was locked in. He was locked up in the bleak, blue, and white game. But that shows how good our defense is. Yeah, I mean, out there when we play somebody else, Jimmy, I think Cam Williams is going to show who he is, and I look forward to seeing it versus Aberdeen and Owe. That's a problem for Purdue to figure out. That's a real problem. I put Owe and Chandler on him. Yeah, and even the last of the year, it looked like Chandler was really getting his legs up under him to play some solid defense. So in his sophomore year, he's going to be somebody that we are going to that we're going to have to look at. Now, my question is, if you put Owe, he's got stuff to prove. We know he's going to the next level next year, most likely. But do you want to use Ortega's all his energy playing defense when you know that you need him offensively? That's just a good question, I think. Or is that a dumb question? I don't really know. Make sure you guys hit that smash button. Sorry about that. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me if you can. We have 15 thumbs up right now. Can we get to 20? Can we get to 20 thumbs up? If you haven't already, please put Mo D on Braden Smith. Put that body on it. And when you put that body on it, sometimes you can't do it. We got 16. We need four more to 20. Can we get to 20? Moonshine says a 6 foot even Big Ten guard can be good, but he has to guard our guy. He got to guard our guys too, and I think sometimes we got 17. Thank you so much. We got 17. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Cool 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐲 also. I mean, Mo D put that body on him, and it's crazy. So, but I'm looking at a list the other day, and out of the top 100 players in the nation, we got one, which is 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐞𝐳, and I think Purdue has 3 top 100 players in the nation. So hey Peanut, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. We got 20, man, dude. Appreciate it. You guys got 20 so fast. Can we get? I feel like I'm in the auction now. Can we get 21? Can we get 21? For real. It's good to see you guys. It really is. I'm not on my regular streaming system, so I'm having to use my phone, which is very unusual for me. So I'm not really sure. So if you see me looking down a lot, because I'm at my computer looking at comments and I can see what everybody is doing, which is good. Braden Smith versus, let's see, Mike, Brandon Thompson got mobile number phone. I do. I do have Brandon Thomas's. They did send me a text. I do have it. Good evening. James Poole, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining as well too. Can we get 21 thumbs up? We got we right now we got 20. Can we get 21? That Purdue game is shaping up to be a little disappointing with all the injuries. So Peanut, I know about Lowe. Is there anybody on Purdue's team that is injured that's already not playing? That's a key part for those guys. Let me know that, Peanut, okay? Because I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with the injuries. No Lowe, no JQ, probably limited. Yeah, I mean, 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐞𝐳 needs to be limited, and we got 21 likes. Yeah, 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐞𝐳 needs to be limited. I don't look for 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐞𝐳 to play very many minutes. I know his foot is supposedly healthy. He played in the blue and white game, as much as he can. But once again, I mean, we knew. I think that's the only downside. I think that's the only downside for me is that just having like, we're not going to be able to see our guys play a whole lot of minutes. And after all the summer and all the talk and all the practices, we just want to see our guys go out there and play as much as possible, especially our key players. And it's not going to happen this time. So sometimes it can be discouraging. But I think just playing somebody else besides ourselves, I think that's going to be the most exciting part. And just being able to see the young guys, being able to see the young guys get out there and see what they can do, especially the guys, the freshmen, the Jasper Johnson, the 𝐀𝐫𝐿akai, just to see how those guys get out there, and even Braden Hawthorne, to see how he gets out there on the floor and see how he does against college players. And just for them to get a taste of seeing, okay, you're not in high school no more. These are big boys. These are grown men. Welcome to the game. And I want to see, because I mean, let's be real. Even the non-starters for Purdue are still going to be playing hard, because those guys are trying to gain minutes too as well, and they're trying to catch the eye of the coach. So I think we might not be able to see our starters and very key players playing. My thing is, with us being so deep, a lot of our guys are probably going to be setting in order to get. I look for Jasper. My question is, does Jasper Johnson play more than 15 minutes in this ball game? Is he because him being new in college basketball, would you play Jasper Johnson 15 plus minutes in this ball game? Him, Marino. This is a chance for you to get Trent out there, for Trent to knock off more of the freshman dust, playing against somebody else. You got Collins, get him out there. So this is all about, they say it's about reps. It's all about reps. And it's all about getting these guys out on the floor and doing. We need to be healthy when season starts. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. We don't need anything less than that. Let's have fun with this game. Let's do it the right way. But first and foremost, let's come out healthy. And I think for me, while I'm going to enjoy the game, still in my back of my mind every single time we get the ball, every time we go for rebounds. I mean, you can come down on an ankle, you can get hit in the shoulder. I mean, so much stuff can happen out there. And for me, it's like I'm going to enjoy the moment of playing Purdue in this exposition game, but it's all about it's really all about just getting out of the game healthy. And can we do that? I think Jasper might get a lot of minutes because he needs development. Okay, which is see, that's the difference. Peanut says he's gonna get some minutes, and then Wildcat Mania says he may get 10 minutes. So it's like I think we're all going to be. I think we're all going to be. I won't use the word shocked, but I think we're all going to be able to find out, of course, together who's going to get these minutes and how's all this going to be. Coach Pope has a very, very good problem. I'll be the first to tell you, but let's see how he goes in here and juggles his team. And let's see. We got to see what Aberdeen and Jasper offer at point guard. But how long do you leave him in the game, though? That's the point. I mean, we know what Aberdeen is capable of, because even being at Florida, when the games that he did, the games that he started, he scored more points than when he came off the bench. So we already know that that's the fact. Numbers don't lie. So we know that when he starts, he has productive games. To see what Jasper has to offer now, that's a different story. But if you put Jasper at point guard, I thought Jasper would be better over at shooting guard because he's a shooter. So if he can run the point and still maybe get 8 or 9 shots off or whatever, I still think that's a good night for him. And we'll just see how that goes. Because Jasper can go to the rim and get his own rebound because he's big enough, and he can go. He can do the putbacks. Even if Smith from Purdue is guarding him up top, Jasper has that size on him. So we're big. So we got the height and we can go get it. We got to see what Aberdeen, Chandler too. So and Chandler can run the point too as well. So we got so many options that we can use this year that I feel like we're going to have a chance to see. We're going to see how smart Coach Pope really is, because now he has so many players. How does he get everybody involved as much as possible? With considering this a scrimmage, how does he get guys involved and start the growth part of playing big time basketball here at Kentucky? I think that's the biggest thing. So let's see how that all goes. But thank you guys so much. First of all, you guys gave me at least 20 likes today. We up to 24. We got 24 likes. We got 27 people watching. So I appreciate you guys doing that as well. It always means a great deal to me when you guys do that. If the Riverside is working tomorrow, the system went to Vandy Chris. Where is my cap at, Big Mike? Vandy Chris, man, I hope Vandy Chris had surgery. I won't go into details. Maybe I'm not sure if he wants that out there or not. But he had surgery. So if you're a person that prayers, please keep Vandy Chris in your prayers. That's my dude, man. Good guy, man. Really good guy. Knows his stuff. If our starters come out and smack Purdue in the mouth, it would be switched. And Matt Pater would have to go to the bench. Pope would use the bench as good as says anyway. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy's my man. What is it with point guards and shoulders? I know, right? For now, we just call them shooting guards. So we got 25 likes. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys. We got nobody else is a shooting guard, okay? We're done with shooting guards. We're done with point guards. Everybody from here on out in Kentucky is a shooting guard. No more point guards. So is Vandy Chris going to be a Vandy Christian? I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, Peanut, I can tell how we can get back up, get back up point guard, red shirt, Walker Horn, go out and get walk on point guards, can help us on that position. That's what I would do. Good idea. And then you can develop them, and then everybody at practice, and then you surprise them with full scholarship. I had spinal fusion on my neck. Had spacers inside C4, C3, C4, C5. That's a lot, Chris. That's a lot. I pray that you, I hope that you're getting better, buddy. I really do. Start physical therapy next week. Yeah, you get your rest, man. But hey, look on the bright side, Chris. Vandy is on his way to the playoffs, maybe. So at least don't cheer too much to January 13th. Wow, that's a lot. Are you still doing your show though, Chris? You and Cody still doing your show, or do you have a or do you have a stand-in for you? But glad to see you guys came on tonight, man. Thank you guys for the 25 thumbs up on this live. Don't forget about the merch. It's on my website. Well, it's on the YouTube page. Still promoting that. I did not get a chance to make the video, but we are having a contest for the winner. We get a surprise package of merch. I would send it directly to your house for the winner. We just gotta, if you guys don't hear from me about it, please remind me to put out the video. It's gonna be a short video explaining how you participate, and the winner, once again, will get a surprise pack. I don't tell you what it is. I do ask you for your size. So, but you'll have to inbox me the winner. The winner will have to just inbox me, and I will get your information, and I'll get your address so I can send you a surprise merch box, and then you can open it up and see what's inside of it. But I will do that as well. So it could consist of a hat. It'll be more than one thing. I'll just tell you that, okay? But it'll be a surprise box for us too. So, but thank you guys for joining in tonight. I appreciate it. You guys know I got to get ready for work and all of that. It means a lot to me. So I don't know how to end this, so please bear with me. But all I got to say is just thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Yeah, I have no idea how to stop this. I guess I hit the camera, I guess. But thank you guys for tuning in. You guys been watching the Loyal BBN Fan Show. Until next time, go Cats. I have no idea. Let me see. Is this how you end it? I don't know. Lighting. I don't know how to end it. So, yeah. That's how. If anybody uses YouTube to the X, I guess. Right? Yeah. Thank you guys. Go Cats.